I think it is now recording. Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah. So what I was asking, so I think some topics were discussed day before yesterday. So अगर आप लोग उसको quickly chat box में डालते हैं, whatever the things which were discussed, so I would be able to get a quick idea कि कितना आप लोगों को उस दिन समझ आ पाया. Accordingly, I'll try to marketing and advertisement. Okay, good. What is marketing? Good, Amandeep. Yeah, few more people were there. I'm seeing few new names today, but as per my understanding, some more people were there who attended the day before yesterday's session. Okay, anyway, let me make it a little bit simple. So let me just quickly give you a small brief about the things which were discussed day before yesterday. So all of you will be on the same page, right? So first we started our journey about discussing what is marketing all about. Then we have talked about why marketing is required. Then we have discussed some of the fundamentals, some of the concepts which are related to marketing, and we have started with what kind of orientations which were over there and how this shift has happened, right? So from a production concept to product concept or a selling concept or a marketing concept, societal marketing concept. So a shift has been happened, right? We have talked about 4 P's and 3 extended P's, and also we have discussed a basic understanding of a basic concept of STP, which is known as segmentation, target market, and positioning. And just to add on, pastel analysis is the other topic which we have discussed. So, as per my understanding, these were the things which we have discussed in the previous session. Moving ahead, so quickly we are going to discuss some of the other topics which are related to STP, some of the other fundamentals which are related to STP, and then we will move ahead with the further set of discussions which is there for today, right? So I'm quickly sharing with you the slides for day one only, so that we will be able to cover the things which we left out that day. So the next thing which we have to discuss in the line is like market segmentation is something which we discussed. Like it actually makes the job of a marketer easy in a sense. If you have a specific set of audience in your mind, if you have a specific groups whom you wanted to target, if they are very much clear in your mind, so it will make your job easy. And there are some bases which one can use to segment this target audience which we are saying, or maybe the consumers which we are expecting that will be coming to our business, that will be a part of our business. So how we can divide them under different segmentation, among different we can say the groups, so that we will having a clear understanding about their needs, wants, how they are related to each other. So a single group is having a homogeneity, but it is very much heterogeneous. It is very much different from the other groups which are over there. So this is something which can be done through market segmentation. So as you are seeing, so the first base can be demographics, and some of the factors which are over there are age, gender, income, martial status, ethnic background. So all these things comes under demographics, which are related to a person's which are related to we can say very much personal factors which are over there, right? The second related to psychographics, what kind of activities in which they are involved, what kind of attitude your customers are carrying, what kind of personality and values which they are having. So these are the actually the other factors which comes under psychographics, right? Behavioral factors includes benefits, patterns, and usage rates, right? So what ultimate benefits which they are expecting, and definitely this will be different for a different set of audience. So a particular set of audience who is expecting something from you, as a particular set of benefits which they are expecting from you, and it will be definitely different from the other set of audience what they are expecting. What kind of patterns which are there in their buying when they buy something from for their usage, what kind of usage rates which are there, what can be the frequency of this. So all this comes under the behavioral factors. Last but not least important is geographics. And why geographics? Because a person living in a northern area of a country is having a very different kind of buying habits, is having a very different kind of needs as compared to a person who is living in the south. And similarly, it may vary from a local level to regional level, it may vary from a national level to international level. So all these factors are we are going to consider when we are going to segment the market, and these are the bases which we are going to use to segment our market effectively. And we can definitely look about some of the see definitely it won't be possible for a marketer to go for each and every segmentation base which we are referring here, but it is actually a call of a marketer which would be the best possible segments which they would be able to target, as well as they will be able to fulfill their needs and wants. So by keeping this understanding, definitely they can go for selecting some of the segments which they can serve very effectively. The next thing which we are going to talk in context of how we are going to select a target market, which market will be more effective in terms of generating revenue, which will market will be more effective in terms of having lesser cost to serve them, which market is having a better potential to give profits in the future. So how we are going to decide it? So though there are different possible ways through which we can decide if a market is new or a product is new, how we are going to go ahead. If a product is old one but a market is new, so different kind of strategies we can use. But a very we can say tested and tried and very exhaustive framework which has been developed by Igor Ansoff, and we also call it Igor Ansoff matrix. So we can definitely go for selecting a right target market by using this matrix, right? So as a marketer, suppose so I hope you all of are having an understanding about this matrix, how it actually works. I'm just quickly try to explain this. So suppose you are someone who is having existing product in the market, right? And it is not a new product, it is which is already the awareness has already been created, and customers are well aware about it, and you are trying to serve the existing market which is already developed, which is already we can say a good amount of understanding is there in the market about your products. So the best strategy which is over there is a market penetration, and this can be done. Now, if we see like the market is actually existing, but you wanted to come up with a new product, and which has not been introduced by anybody else before. So definitely one can go for a product development because there is a scope for a product development. Now the another area is of market development as well, where your product is already existing, it is already well known, and it has already been introduced to the set of audience, and people are having some awareness about it, but you wanted to go to new markets, you wanted to create some more awareness to the market which has not been tapped by you before. So definitely market development can be the third possible strategy that can be used. But if you see, there is a possibility where the market is completely new and your product is also new. So there will be the fourth strategy, which is known as diversification, and that can be a best suited strategy if you are going to explore a new market with a new product. As also one interesting thing which is over there is definitely there is a less risk which is over there in case of if your product is existing and you are going to tap the existing market, because you know the dynamics, you have a detailed understanding about the market. So definitely it will be a safe game for you. But if you take a look at the diversification, so definitely it's a risky affair because market will be new for you and also your product is also new. So definitely one can take a wise call, depends upon what kind of resources which you are having, what objectives which you are carrying when you are targeting your customers. So what objectives you are carrying, and definitely based on that, so one can actually select a good strategy which can be a good fit for their business. So this particular framework is very much applicable when we are going for selecting a target market. The next thing which is over there is related to positioning, and I'm very much sure you all are having understanding about what is market positioning all about. So we have discussed like it is about creating a differentiation, it is about creating a kind of just hold on. Yeah. So if we talk about positioning, so it is more about how customers are going to think about you, what kind of mental positioning you are going to create in the minds of your customers or consumers. And that is something which is a positioning, and there are different bases that can be used for positioning your product. So one can be attributes. So what kind of attributes a product is going to provide, and what kind of we can say uh, product attributes, how these product attributes are going to benefit your customers. So this can be the one positioning base for you. Second is definitely price and quality is something which always consumers pay attention to. So both at certain level both can be maintained. So at a certain price you are providing a certain quality, but if you are going to increase the price, so definitely there will be a scope of increasing the quality. And when you are decreasing the quality, so there will be definitely a requirement of decreasing the price as per the response which you are getting from the market. So this can be the another positioning base for you. What kind of use or application people will be having. So a single product can be used by a different person very differently. Suppose if there is a mobile phone which is over there, so a student is going to use a mobile phone very differently. On the other hand, if any business person is using the same phone, so there will be a different purpose and there will be a different application for that product for them. A common purpose may be same. Mobile phone is being used for communication purpose, so that will remain same for each set of customers irrespective of their individual differences. But definitely what is my usage for that particular product, and that is going to decide like how I'm going to see that product, how what is the relative advantage of product for me when I'm going to pay a certain price for that product, right? Who is a product user, this also varies. The age group of a product user, the understanding of a product user about that particular product, this also varies it. What kind of a product class it is over there. So classes can be you also understand high end product, mid range product, or a low end product. So definitely it is going to vary. And who are the competitors which are already available in the market. So what kind of competition we are already facing in the market, and accordingly we can position our product, right? So this happens in case of all across the industry. If you talk about FMCG or a jewelry industry or automobile industry, so all these things can be very like these are the bases which are being considered by the different marketers when they try to position their product as compared to the other products which are already available in the market. And definitely more focus will be there on the customers, or maybe we are saying the target audience which we are trying to reach out to, right? So these are some of the bases which one can use for market positioning, and that can help them to get a clear understanding like what should they do and what should ignore. Because see, a marketer's job is not to focus on each and everything, and the whole population is not a not something which they are trying to serve. Definitely they have a particular set of audience in their mind and they are trying to serve them only, and that is the reason. So the positioning which we are doing, so definitely by keeping that audience in the mind, we can do the positioning of our product or services. So this is something which is related to how we can position our products or services effectively. One more thing I wanted to discuss in the same line is about the consumer behavior. And on the very initial day itself, I discussed this thing like if we talk about consumer behavior, so just hold on. This is something which is really important to understand and address, because each and every customer is very much different. Definitely, by creating a segment, we are trying to get some homogeneity inside that particular segment, or maybe the consumers who will be falling in that particular segment. So there is a certain homogeneity, or there is some sort of similarity in a single segment which we are trying to serve. But still each and every customer is very much different from each other, and there are many factors which are over there which actually determines what they are going to buy and what they are not going to buy. And these factors are usually termed as factors which influences the consumer behavior. So I'm not going in detail with each and every factor due to paucity of time, but I'm just quickly going through some of the factors which actually influences the consumer behavior. So first and foremost is a fact. a factor which is known as economic factors, and there are different factors which consist the economic factors, right? So definitely personal income is one such factor, and definitely whatever we buy and whatever we aspire to buy, it directly impacts with the kind of personal income which we are having, what kind of assets which we are possessing, what kind of level of standard which we are having. All these things actually are directly related to our financial status, and this comes under the economic factors. The personal factors are very much personal, and we have discussed the same thing when we were discussing about market segmentation basis. So age of person, what kind of occupation in which they are, what kind of lifestyle they carry, what kind of personality which they are having. So these factors also influences the consumer behavior. The next set of factors are psychological factors, and very interestingly, economic factors can be very easily seen and can be easily observed by the marketers, and they can use some tools and tactics to observe these factors and establish some understanding about it. Similarly, if we talk about personal factors, so this can be very easily visible to the whole world, right? We know the age of other people, we know the occupation of our friends and family members. We also have some understanding about what kind of lifestyle which they carry. But these psychological factors, if we talk about, so these are really tough to understand. I'm not saying it is not at all possible. Definitely, marketers uses different tools and techniques and methods to establish understanding about psychological factors as well. But how motivated I am, how much motivated I am, how much involved I am in a particular activity, and this is not actually easy to measure, and that is the reason this possesses some challenge in front of the marketers. But we cannot ignore these factors at all cost, because all these things are very much hidden, but all these things plays a very important role whenever we buy something, right? So suppose if you are going to buy a car, so definitely your income is one deciding factor, how much money you are going to invest on a car which you are planning to buy. Also, in which age group we are, so definitely your choices will vary. But how much involved you are with that product, right? What importance it is going to keep in your life, and how it is going to add to your lifestyle. So all these factors are very much we can say how a person thinks, how a person feels. So these are very much related to that. But why I'm saying this is really important, because anyway, each and every kind of factor is having its relative importance, but these are the factors which plays a very predominant role when someone takes a decision to buy something or not to buy something. And the next set of factors consist of cultural and social factors, and what kind of culture which we are part of, and a subculture belongs to maybe a small set of culture which is under which we are a part of, which kind of social group we belong to. So there are some people who like to be a part of music group. Others are little bit adventurous and they are a part of some travel groups. There are some people who are interested in literary and they are a part of literary groups. So what kind of social groups we are a part of, who are our opinion leaders, what kind of role and status which we see we maintain, and what different roles which we play in a society. All these factors also influences the consumer behavior, and what they are going to buy, how they are going to buy, how much they are going to buy. All these things are definitely going to vary. And why this is really important for a marketer to understand or to develop some understanding about these factors, because as a marketer, if you are not going to address these factors, so definitely you will be actually targeting the like right set of audience you are targeting, but you are not trying to reach out, but you are not considering their individual differences, and which are really important to understand, and which are really important to admire when you are coming up with any product or any service which you are trying to offer them. So that is the reason I'm not going in further details, because a consumer behavior itself is a complete area of study or a subject of study, and there are people who are specialized of this field. But this keeps a very importance if we talk about marketing management, if we talk about if we see it from a marketer's perspective. And that is the reason I thought let us go through this as well, right? So far we have discussed STP and basis of segmentation, Igor of metrics in the terms of how we are going to target the market, and once we select that market, how we are going to position our products or services. That is something which we discussed on the positioning basis. And the last thing which we discussed now is consumer behavior, right? So any questions or any query in this point in time? If you are having any question or query, you can raise your hand, or you can simply put a message in a chat if it is fine for you.
Sir, it is clear.
Okay, thank you. Fine. So I have a small case for you which I have planned. Though there is a paucity of time, so we cannot discuss it in the class today only. But what you need to do, it's a very small caselet which I have prepared, and actually I think last week only this news I have read in a newspaper, and out of this I have developed a small case for you. You can take the screenshot of this case for your comfort. So you just do one thing, all those things which we have discussed so far, which is related to market environment analysis, STP strategy, and what are the factors which influence the consumer behavior. So by keeping those concepts, frameworks in the mind, you have to come up with the solution for this case. And there are very three simple questions, and I'm very much sure just by investing 15 minutes, you will be able to figure it out. So what you have to do, possibly you can do it in a soft copy or a hard copy, it's your choice. It would be better if you will do it in a Word file. So probably if we'll be ever having some time tomorrow, so we'll go through with 4 or 5 solutions which you are going to develop. And just remind me once in tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss this in tomorrow's class for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll go ahead. So I hope all of you have taken the screenshot of this. You just go through it. It's a very simple and very clear cut. I'm very much sure by investing just 15 minutes, you will be able to figure it out. I hope this is clear to you. You can put a message in the chat so I'll get some clarity about this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Right. So I think this is an end to our day one's discussion, because few things we couldn't discuss that day. In each and every day slide, what I have done, I have put this specific slide which is known as key takeaways. So whatever things we have discussed since the beginning, so you will find some of the important points are there in this slide. So this will help you when you are going or doing a revision. This will help you when you are going through these concepts once again. So it will give you an overview of the things which we have discussed so far, right? With this intention, I have kept this in the end of this and the end of every day's PPT. So I'll request Smriti ma'am anytime later on, and I'll share her with her these slides, and possibly you will be receiving this PPT so that it will be helpful for you to just recall or quickly revisit the things which we are discussing in this 4 days, right? So I'm just quickly moving towards the day two's discussion, if there are no any queries in this point in time. Are you able to see my slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I have planned few more things for today. So now when we have gone through some of the basic concepts and frameworks, so gradually we are going to move towards all these 4 P's. So all these 4 P's we are going to discuss in some more detail. So which is product, price, place, and promotion. So all these 4 P's. So what are the important a set of discussions which are related to all these 4 P's. So we are going to cover in the next 3 days, including today's discussion, right? So now we are going to talk about what is product and what is the actual meaning of product, which actually I have developed on the basis of different definitions and meanings which I got in different books. What is product placement? There are different layers of products, which are these layers. what can be different types of products which can be over there. PLC is a very important concept which is known as product life cycle. We'll talk about this as well. How product is different from a brand, what is product and what is brand. So we'll try to develop some understanding about this as well. There is an important concept of points of difference and points of parity, and we'll discuss this as well. And in the last, we are going to talk about the pricing decisions, which are really important for the marketers. So these are the some of the things which I intended to discuss today. Let us go ahead. So whatever possible things we'll be able to cover today, we'll cover it, and then we'll wrap up our discussion, right? So I just want your understanding about this. What is product for you? So in next 30 seconds, you can quickly put it in the chat box. What is product for you? What is your understanding about the word product? Output of something, anything which we can use. Okay. Good. Amandimat, Akhil. Yeah, I need some more responses. I hope all of you are there with me. It can be anything. See, I'm not asking you for a dictionary definition or any author's definition. Daily needs items. Okay, very nice, Robin Kumar. Okay, fine. So we got 3 responses. So let us go ahead. What I'm trying to discuss here. Just hold on. One single responses. Product is something which we can sell, use, and purchase. Shubham. Consumers needed items. Madhab. Okay. Something produced by a factory. Okay, nice. Okay, good. So what is a product? Let me just tell you a very brief meaning which I got out of the all the definitions which I've gone through, which are available in the literature. So a product is a combination of some of the characteristics and features which is having a capability to satisfy consumer needs or customer needs. And this is the simplest definition which you can which we can have about the any product. It can be anything which you can imagine, right? And one interesting thing which is over there, like it is a combination of both tangible as well as intangible features, right? So every product comes up with some of the things which are tangible. So product itself is very much tangible, but there are some benefits, there are some features which are very much intangible in nature, and all of this combinedly possesses a capability to satisfy the customer needs. And that is the reason I have kept this customer needs at the base, as you are seeing over here in this figure. So that see, ultimately what products which marketers are designing or offering to the market, so the idea itself has come through the customers, and that is the reason I have kept it at the foundation or at the base. And there are some characteristics, there are some features which are associated with these products, which is actually making it capable to fulfill the customer needs. Actually, I don't know why there are 2 arrows which I have put due to some, I think some issue. It is not coming. So customer needs are going towards the towards the marketer, and these products are coming, and it can be any idea. And this products now going towards the customers, and it is fulfilling the customer needs. I hope you are getting the kind of relationship which I'm trying to explain you here. So this is the simplest meaning which we can carry about the word product, which is over there. Now, very quickly, I'm going to show you some of the images of the products which are over there, and I want you to just share me the brand name, some of the brand names, if you are aware about these products, right? So first, this a set of flowers which is over there. Any brand name which is coming up in your mind about this product? Any company name I would specifically say. Fawns and petals. Very nice, Vidya. Okay. Okay. Any other brand name? If anybody is having a brand name. Okay. Now my next set of, yeah, Archies. Okay. My next set of question to the people who just put the name of company who offers this, or maybe the brand name of this set of flowers. Is it the case every time when you go for buying the set of flowers or maybe flowers, So you always look for a brand name first and then you go for buying that particular product. Is it the case? No. I'm very much sure this is not the case. So whenever we go for buying the flowers, so we look for the convenient shops first, and second, whosoever is offering that particular bunch of flowers or bouquet at a good price, we usually buy from them, right? And I'm sure all of you will agree with this fact, right? Now I'm moving ahead. What is this? I think most of you will be able to recognize this popular dish, and if you belong to MP, then definitely you will be able to recognize this. I'm someone who belongs to Indore, MP. That is the probable result. Haldiram's what? Dahi bada. Dahi bhalla or dahi bada. In some places we call it dahi bhalla, in other places we call it dahi bada. Okay. So I think some of you actually put the name of brand as well, right? Right. So I don't know, but what is the usual habit? So possibly at different location, maybe the different city or town which you belong to, there are different shops which offers this particular dish which is known as dahi bada or dahi balla, and there are different sellers which are popular, and possibly you may sometimes see it at a street shop, or possibly you are eating it at any family marriage function, or possibly you are eating at a very kind of a three-star hotel which is located in any particular city. But what is my idea? This is also a product which usually doesn't have any brand identity which is associated with it, right? Definitely there are some shops which are selling it, and their shops or the that particular seller's identity is associated, but there is no any particular brand which is offering. Haldiram's possibly is offering it, as few of you have mentioned. But I'll quickly come to the point which I am trying to mention. As see, Vidya, Zomato and Swiggy are the delivery partners, right? What I'm trying to say here, they are not manufacturing dahi vada, and we never see Zomato dahi vada, Swiggy dahi vada, right? What I'm trying to say, is there any brand which is manufacturing this? I think Haldiram is manufacturing this. This is possible, right? I'm moving ahead. I'll come back to the point which I'm trying to make here. Now this bucket you are seeing here, now tell me some of the companies which manufactures or market the buckets. Cello, Nilkamal, Flora, maybe Milton. Some names I'm also getting. Yeah, Pratiksha is also telling the same name. And there are some local manufacturers as well, Nakoda, and some names, some random names which are coming to my mind. One is Nissan Plastic is there. I have heard these names, right? But what usually happens whenever I go for buying any kind of bucket, so I'm not possibly some of you may be, but it is not the case. Like every time when we go for buying a bucket, so we look for a brand only, a particular brand of bucket we are going to buy, or we always start searching for that particular bucket with the brand only. So I'm going to buy Celo's bucket only, I'm going to buy Neil Kamal's bucket only. It hardly happens. It may happen with some people, but it hardly happens. Now some matchsticks are there, right? So any brand names which are coming in your mind? Home light. Nice. Yeah, home light. Yes. Anybody is aware about Ship matchsticks? Patang. Yeah, it is a very local popular brand. Yes. Ship matchsticks. Patang. There are many other local sellers which are over there, and even you, if you wanted to manufacture these matchsticks, you can do your own branding, right? Chameli, yeah, very nice. So this is also very popular name which I have also seen, right? Now, next is this set of bananas. I think it's half a dozen bananas which are over there. Any brand names which are coming to your mind, or any company which actually is very much popular? Farmer, definitely. Chiquita, very nice, Vidya. Chiquita banana. I'm glad to know that. Chiquita banana is very much popular in Mexico and US. It's a Mexico's banana brand. But in India, like some of the stores, if you will go, probably Reliance Fresh or some of the very high-end stores, you may find Chiquita banana. But at usual street shops, we don't find Chiquita banana, right? Now I'll go through these pictures once again, and I'll try to connect you with the point which I'm trying to make here. Just a sec. Someone has put something else in the robustra. Okay, nice vessel. Okay, so the bunch of flowers, the dahi bada or dahi balla, or it can be a bucket, or it can be a matchsticks, or it can be this bananas. So one thing is very much common here is it really doesn't matter which brand is offering them, right? And possibly very few people always think about a brand who are very much brand conscious, and they always buy the matchsticks of Homelight only, or they always go for buying the flowers at Archie's. But what is my point here? Whatever the products which we are talking about here, these are the products which are standalone products, and people really doesn't think much about the brand when they are buying these products, right? And whenever we like, it's more about convenience, price, it's more about the quality of that particular product, and we buy these products, right? And possibly in case of matchsticks and in some products, we hardly think about the quality of matchsticks as well nowadays, though Homelight is promising like the sticks are longer in length, and it doesn't actually break down once it gets burned, right? But what is my pointer which I'm trying to make here is there are some products which are core products, and which are having a, just hold on. Yeah, okay. Which are the core products, and which are having very less, we can say, they are standalone products, and they are known as products only because they are not actually very much dependent upon the brands which are selling them. And why I have actually showcased this example to you, when you are trying to correct to get the image of product, so these are the very tangible products. These are the products which are known as core products. Now this thing you have to keep in the mind. Now I'll do one more comparison after a few slides when we'll be reaching out to brand. Then you will get more clarity about these slides which I have just showcased, or some products which I have showcased in front of you. Now I'm moving ahead, and I'm trying to discuss one more thing which is related to product. Is if you wanted to place a product, or if you wanted to do a placement of a product. Placement means if you wanted to introduce a new product in the market, or if you wanted to come up with a product which is already very much popular in other markets, but in a new market you wanted to introduce your product. So these are the three things. Presentation is not visible, sorry. Okay, thank you, thanks for letting me know. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So whenever you are planning to introduce any product in the market, it's not only a new product or old product, but if you wanted to place that product in the market, so these are the three things which are always at the core, and which are always will be the reason for its success. In the sense, these are the three things which are very much needed when you are going to introduce any product. So first you have to understand your users. You have to know your users who are going to use it. What are their needs? What they are actually willing to buy, right? Second is you have to meet your users' expectations, right? So you got your understanding about your users, and now you are offering certain products. So what expectations which they are having, which yourself has created. So now you have to actually try to meet those expectations. And third important element is simplicity. So if your product is actually simple to use, and it is solving any pain point which a customer is having, right? So for example, like I have taken this example day before yesterday as well. I don't always wanted to get deliver food at my doorstep, but I also wanted to get deliver other stuffs which are over there. So any possible solution that can help me. So Dunzo has provided that solution to me, right? So a very simple idea is not always the food is going to be delivered, but even a customer can send something to other customers, and simplicity is over there. What is the simplicity means? It should be able to fulfill the address the pain point of the customer. It should be able to fulfill the reason for which the customer is going to buy that product. And this is something known as simplicity here. And when these three elements are over there, when you are trying to place any product, so you are seeing there is an overlap of all these three circles which is happening here. So this is the area where you can actually place your product. This is the area where you are going to get success of your product. And these are the three very underpinning requirements we can say, or elements we can say, which are going to help you to place your product. So the next thing which you are going to see, I'm going little quickly today because there are many things which are over there. Out of those many things, I have selected some things which I can discuss with you. So if you are having any query, you can anytime put it in the chat, and I'll address those queries. Now, the next thing which we are going to talk about is the different product levels which are over there, right? So if we talk about product levels, so what is the idea of this product levels? And the framework has been actually developed by Dr. Philip Kotler. So any product can have a different levels or different layers of it, right? Sometimes you will see there are some books which will call it as a layers, or interchangeably they use the word levels as well. So any product can have a different layers of it, right? And it starts from the core product and it always ends at the potential product. Some product may fall up to expected product category only. It is not the thumb rule, or it is not the definite case like all the products will be having all these five layers. But in most of the cases, if we see, so if any product which is having all these five product levels or layers, so definitely there will be chances that there will be more acceptability rate of those products in the market. And why I'm saying so, let me give you one such example, right? So for example, if we take mobile phone as a product here, right? So what is a core product here? A communication device. A basic purpose of a mobile phone is to enable a person to do the communication. It can be verbal communication, or it can be through text. What is generic products? So there are some tangible qualities which are associated with the mobile phone. So the look of the mobile phone, or the we can say the battery, the durability of the battery, or maybe the user interference which you are getting. So this is something which is known as generic product. What is expected product? Offers generic product plus other attributes customers want. So I want a mobile phone which is not just looking good, which is not having a good only just having a good user interference, but it is also helping me to do the, what we can say, I can share the internet with my friends. I can also connect with the Wi-Fi. I can also use it as it is a smartphone, so I can use it for some other purposes as well. So what is this layer? This is known as expected product. What is augmented product? So augmented product is something which gives you something more than the physical, right? So a physical mobile phone, a tangible mobile phone which is over there, but there are certain features, there are certain qualities which is setting that particular product apart from the competitors, right? And that is possible, that can be the possible reasons, like there are some mobile phones which are very much in the demand as compared to other mobile phones, because this is an augmented product. This is not just fulfilling your expectations, but more than expectations, you are getting something in your mobile phone, and that is known as augmented product. And what can be the potential product? So there are some tangible and intangible features which are being added to the product, so that it is actually just not an augmented version, but it is keeping a potential to perform many different things which were previously not possible. And potential product may be any upcoming product. It can be some features or some upgradations which are possible, that can solve some other problems as well, which current product is not able to solve, and that is known as potential product. So you may find all these five layers in a single product, and maybe there are some products which actually could reach out to expected or augment level, and there are some products which actually fulfills on the core product requirement, right? So it is not a mandatory conditions like each product is having all the layers, but you will see most of the products which are having all these five levels, or maybe mostly having the four levels, they are much successful in the market. And what is the reason? because it is actually trying to fulfill the expect needs as well as wants as well as whatever expectations which customers are having. All this are being fulfilled by a single product. I hope you are getting my point. I hope this is giving you a clarity about the things which we are discussing. Have you got this right? The concept of product layers.
Or any example of augmented product?
Any example of augmented product? Okay. So, like we can go back to the same example of a mobile phone. So, what can be a augmented product? So, your mobile phone, you are not only able to just capture the pictures, but you are also able to use your mobile phone for many different purposes. So, possibly you can switch on the switch on your AC using your mobile phone. You can also possibly in a very near future, you can use your mobile phone to just we can say unlock and lock your car, and that can be the augmented product. So which are just not a physical capable, the product is not just physically sound, but there are some features which are just helping you to make your life more easy. So this can be termed as any augmented product. And in case of any kind of product, there can be there is a possibility this level can be achieved. But I am saying one thing, like it is not the case like each and every product is going to reach out to augment or potential level. There are some products which are not actually going to reach out to that level, because their need or whatever capability which these products are having, they are only going to fulfill this expected product or generic product level. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. So then mainly this is pertaining to the technical equipments only.
No, not only technical equipments. Maybe if you talk about any service as well, you can also take the example of any service here. So there are some hotels which are actually capable to deliver you core services only, where you can eat some food and you can order some food, and whatever you are ordering, you are getting. But there are some hotels which are having a very beautiful ambience, and they are not just serving you the food which you are ordering, but they are giving you some complementary food products as well. They are offering you a good ambience, a good services, and possibly so this levels can be augmented. So what is my point here? It is not the only case. This is only possible with some technological products. This is also possible with some other products. Maybe it's an automobile product. So there are some automobile products which are actually capable to reach out to potential product level. But on the other hand, there are some products which are actually reaching out to just expected or augmented product. Have you got it right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, right. So quickly, we are going to talk about what are the different types of products here. So see, there are three major categories and there are three major bases on which we have divided this products. First, it is based on durability and non-durability. So there are some durable products. So all these computers, laptops, mobile phones, and possibly some other like automobiles, this can come under durable products. There are some non-durable products which we also call it as perishable products, which are there now known as vegetables, fruits, milk items, consumables. All this can come under non-durables. There are some products which can be categorized on the basis of usage. So there are some industrial goods which are specifically mean for industry purposes. But on the other hand, there are some consumer goods which are over there. And there are three categories of consumer goods as well. One is convenience good, your grocery products, your vegetables, your food items, shopping goods, your clothes, your watches, accessories, and specialty goods can be the jewelry and maybe the premium items which you buy. So this comes under consumer goods. And the third category is based on tangibility. How tangible are the goods and intangible are the services. So there can be a combination of tangible as well as intangible. So you are buying any car, so you are buying something tangible, but there are some services which you are going to get after buying that car, which will be intangible. So it can be a combination of both, or it can be completely a product good or completely a service. But in major cases, we see there are some services which we get with the products. It can be after sale service, it can be during sale service, or these possible cases are there. So these are the major three categories under which we can divide the different types of products which are over there. Moving ahead, we are going to talk about the product life cycle. So what is the concept of this product life cycle? So see, as human beings are having a life, So similarly, each and every product is having its own life, and they come in the market, then they gain some success, they struggle for some time, they gain some success, then they again they struggle and they go out of the market, and it happens. So there are majorly four life cycle stages as per the marketing implications. I'm not going to discuss all this implications in much detail. So when I will be sharing these slides with you, and maybe you will be referring to your study material, you will get these details very easily. I'm just going to discuss the basic understanding about this model which is over there. So for a product has been introduced very recently, right? So it is at a takeoff state, right? So what is this takeoff stage? So a product is just has been introduced. There is a high cost which is over there, and customers are now getting awareness about the product, and there is a good amount of efforts will be required on promotion of the product. Then the product will come on a growth stage, and at this growth stage, so we will see like now there are some good amount of customers who are having awareness about that particular product, and the customers are increasing because there is a word of mouth which is happening. There is other form of promotion which you are, as a marketer, you are putting efforts. So now gradually the product is gaining some growth, and then it will come to a mature stage where the sale has been saturated. So most of the possible target audience you already reached out to, and they have already used your product, and possibly some of them are still using your product, but others are actually got fed up and they wanted to try some probably a new product of yours only, or maybe any competitor's product. And now your product has come to a maturity stage where you are earning a good amount of profit. A market is having a very good awareness about your product, and good amount of competition is also there. But after a few years, you will see there is a decline in the demand because a better or superior product is available in the market, or possibly the technology has been upgraded, or possibly customers' needs have been changed. Now customers no more require those kind of products, and that is the possible reason there is a decline in the demand of that particular product. So each and every product passes through this different life cycles, and this is a possible case. One product is having a longer life cycle as compared to other product. So we see some products comes in the market. So one such example is pagers. So I don't know how many of you have seen the pagers. So pagers have had a very shorter life cycle. They have introduced in the market. They have not actually completely achieved the growth, means they have not actually achieved all these stages and they have come to decline. But on the other hand, there are some products which are considerably going through all these stages, right? So this may vary from a one product category to another product category, but all of the products mostly go through all these stages. There are some exceptions which for the products which doesn't go through all these possible stages, but most of the products go through this all these four stages, and these are known as product life cycle stages. So majorly the things which we have discussed so far is actually related to product. Our discussion was based on the product. Now gradually we will be moving towards the brand. So before I'll move towards the brand, I just wanted your understanding. Any query in this point in time, any question you wanted to ask? So far so good. You can respond in the chat box. Guys, are you there with me? Okay, thank you. Fine. Now let us try to create understanding about what is product and what is brand, and how both of these are different. And I'll also ask you to answer some questions which are over there ahead. So what is a product? A product is an object which can be built in a factory. It can be easily copied. It can be sold by a merchant, and it may become quickly outdated, right? So these are the things which can actually define the product, which are related to the product's characteristics or its nature, right? On the other hand, there is a brand which is a personality which is not physically available, which builds upon a trust and relationships. It's completely unique. It is bought or it is owned by a customer, and it's a timeless. So brands are timeless, right? Products can have a specific life, but brands are timeless. And why I'm saying so? So some of the brands which we remember. So how many? I think all of you are aware about Fevicol as a brand. So maybe Fevicol has completed its journey when they have started their business, and they have come up with n number of products, but the brand still is remain same, and the brand value is still same. So brand is something which is timeless. Product may come or go, it may come in the market, it may go out of the market, but brands will remain in the market. So that's the understanding about it. uh, and why both are different. So product is something which is completely intangible, and brand is something which is intangible, which one cannot actually produce in the factory, right? So this is just a basic understanding I wanted to create about this. Now I'll ask you some questions over here to know how much understanding you are having about these three different things. Now you have to identify, right? So which are the products, which are the brands, and which is the company? Are you able to get this? I'm asking, which are the products, which are the products? Unilever is a brand, okay? Unilever is a brand, okay? Other responses, you have to identify which are the products, which are the brands, and which is the company.
So Sark shampoo, teas, these are the products.
Okay. Is it
So
surf?
Clinic Plus, Pierce, Ponds, these are the brand,
Okay.
and Hindustan Unilever is the company, and the
Okay.
shampoo, cream,
Okay.
Harpic, sorry, that toilet cleaner,
Mm-hmm.
and noodles. These are products.
Okay. Okay. Right. I hope all of you are on the same page. Okay. So first one is a company which is known as Unilever, right? Surf Excel or Surf. See, what is the, how much is the, see, what was the level of brand awareness of a Surf as a brand? People used to use it as a synonym of detergent. A product is detergent, right? But Surf is a brand. Similar case is there with this. So Surf Excel is a brand. So I hope all of you are able to very clearly differentiate all of this. Unilever can be also known as a brand, but it is a company which has been incorporated under a Companies Act. These are the products, right? Shampoo, soap, probably this toilet cleaner, noodles, ice cream, washing powder, or detergent. These are the products, and these are the brands. And there are different brands which even the Unilever is offering. Clinic Plus, Pierce, Pond, Surf Excel, Domex, Nor Soup and Noodles, Feast Ice Cream. This Quality Walls is a brand owned by Unilever, right? So I'm glad to know that all of you got this right. So company, product, and brands. Why I have taken this this example? Because I wanted to make it clear, like all these three are different. Company is different, product is different, and brand is different, right? And why we need this understanding, because many times we synonymally use the product in place of brand, brand in place of product. But as a marketer, we should be having a clear understanding about these things and this terminologies which we are using. And that is the reason I brought this in the picture. Now, what is a brand? So brand is something what you say about yourself, and that is something really important, right? So Tata is a synonym of trust. Tata says like we are all about trust. What is this? This is a brand which they have created. What your employees say about you, what your employees think who you are, what your employees communicate who you are, it is also a brand. And can also what your customers say about you, what customers thinks about you, and this is also a brand. So brand is made up of all this thing, right? Products and services, what you offer, visual look and feel which is over there, And it can be created through past experiences, advertisements, logo, website, packaging, other commercials, right? But it is a combination of all this. But there are three important elements of this. One is what you say about yourself as a brand, what are the what your employees say about you, or what your employees present in front of your customers, and what your customers say about you or things about you, and combinedly it creates a brand. I hope all of you are getting it right. Moving ahead, now you have to quickly identify some of the brands which are depicted in this picture. If you want, I can enlarge this picture. Just hold on. So what you can do, simply you can put the name of some of the brands which are visible to you in this picture. Amul, okay. Just hold on. I'm not able to see your responses. Let me just make it detail. I hope you are able to see my screen. Vodafone, nice. Tiger, nice. Boomer, nice. Any more responses? So far we have identified. Just hold on. Okay, so we started with Amul, Vodafone, Tiger, Boomer, Nirma, Sunfist. Okay, Sunfist is clear. Sunfist Tiger is there. Yeah. Any more? Dunzo. Yes. It's Dunzo. Very nice. This helmet which these guys are wearing. MD8 Masala. Where you seeing? Ha. The Dada is there. Where is Air India? Air India is also there. And some more. Parle G. Nice. Woodland. Woodland. Where did you find? Let me just check. Yeah, Woodland is also there. No, it is not Woodland actually. It's a Dabur. The tree which you are seeing here, I know it is not very clearly visible, but it is actually Dabur's tree. Can you try to recognize this brand where I'm showcasing the cursor?
Sir, can you maximize for a second this image?
Yeah. Hold on. Here. The guy which is holding something in his hand.
I think it's Birla.
It's Birla, okay. Any other guesses?
Ambuja Cement.
Ambuja Cement, right? Very rightly. And this guy which is sitting over there on sofa. In this black color blazer. Onida, very nice. And this rabbit is trying to tell you something. Any brand which you can recognize which is its association with rabbit?
Sasa.
Sorry, Vidya, I couldn't get.
Is it Sasa detergent something with rabbit?
No, it is actually related to Duracell. The color of rabbit possibly may be different, but it is depicting Duracell. I think most of the brands we have recognized here. Any more? Sunfist we have already done. This guy who is doing a painting here. Any idea about this? There is a small boy who is holding a paint brush in his hand and trying to paint something.
Asian Paints.
Asian Paints. Nice. Okay. And this Tetra Pak which is over there on this this small cupboard which is over there. Fruity. Nice Dimple. Okay. So I think most of the brands you recognize very clearly. And why I intentionally I have put this image here. My intention was that, see, we were talking about like customer, like brand is what you talk about your brand, right? As a marketer, what you talk about yourself. Second, what your employees talk about you. And third is how customers think about you, what customers think about you. And as a customer, we are very much clearly able to identify all these brands. The reason big consistency is there, and this is something which has been created over the period of years, right? Over the period of time, and that is the reason we were saying like brands are timeless. Brands are not actually something which is, so a product may be, so as per my understanding, Onida is no more manufacturing televisions. They are now out of business, out of this television business, but still we recognize that brand. So that is the power of a brand which is over there, right? So let us quickly move ahead. Let us discuss one or two more things, and then we'll wrap up our discussion. Just give me a few seconds. Yeah. Now I'll discuss one more concept which is really important to talk about from a marketing perspective is points of difference and points of parity. What is points of difference and points of parity? So see, there are different competitors in the market, and you may ask a question. We are also putting efforts on the marketing. There are some competitors who are also putting efforts on the marketing. So how we will be able to become successful? How we will be able to make our product, we can say, stick in the market? We can say how our products will be accepted by the market. So some answers, possibly you may get answers for all these questions here. So see, if you talk about any, are you able to see my slide? If you want, then just please let me know. So if you see any product which is there in the market, or any brand which is there in the market, so there is a one concept which is known as points of difference, and another concept is known as points of parity. So first we'll discuss what is points of parity. What is points of parity? So every company is manufacturing something and having some similarities with the other companies or competitors which are available in the market, right? And this is known as points of parity. So there are some characteristics, there are some features in your products which are making your product similar to other companies' product. And why it is really important? Because it gives you a category membership, right? Just try to understand what I'm trying to explain here. What is category membership? So if you are a brand, or if you are a company who belongs to automobile company who manufactures four-wheelers, so you should get that category membership of four-wheelers. Otherwise, you won't be able to survive in the market. So Maruti Suzuki is a company who manufactures four-wheelers and passenger cars. They are having a focus on the passenger cars. And there are many things which make similar, that makes Maruti similar to the other brands which are available in the market, and this is known as points of parity. So they manufactures the car, they manufactures the sedan, they manufactures the hatchback, they manufactures the car under 6 lakh rupees. So there are many possible ways through which we can say like Maruti Suzuki is having a category membership. There is a one close competitor which is known as Hyundai. So Hyundai and Maruti is having many similarities, but there are some points of differences which are over there, and which is actually making both of them to survive in the market, and both of them are actually doing their business, right? Now I'll talk about what are the points of difference. So Hyundai or Maruti Suzuki, if you compare both of them, so Hyundai, a Korean brand, Maruti Suzuki, Japanese and Indian brand. Why I'm saying Japanese? Because Suzuki is a Japanese brand. Indian and Japanese. It's a joint venture of two companies. What are the points of differences? The design which is over there, very much different. The promise which they do. Maruti Suzuki promises you low maintenance cost. Maruti Suzuki promises you a good dealership network. And possibly some of these things are available in the Hyundai as well, but the designs completely different. The ultimate benefits which customers get, it is completely different. So what is my idea which I'm discussing here? There are some points of difference which is available in your company, in your brand, which is making you completely different from the other competitors which are available in the market. And this is really important. There are some points of parity which should be there in your product. It will give you a category membership, but there should be some points of difference, and it should be very strong points which are making you different from your competitors which are available in the market. And this is a overlapping circle where you will get a good fit. where you will get a scope of doing a business, where you will get a scope of introducing something new in the market, right? So there are some customers who are having there some needs. They are looking for some products or services. There are your this is your company brand which is offering something. There are some points of parities which is similar to the competitor brand, but there are some unique things. There are some points of difference which are over there, which is making your brand, your company completely different from the competitor brand, and that is the reason you are actually successful and able to survive in the market. So what questions which I have posed in front of you, I hope you got the answers of all those questions. So now we are comparing the Levi's points of parity and points of differences with any other competitor brand which are over there. And we are focusing on Levi's jeans. So what is the points of parity? They are the known jeans manufacturer. Middle range price positioning is there and distribution channel is really strong. But these are the things which you may find in other brands as well. So you can compare it with Wrangler, you can compare it with possibly what is that another popular jeans brand I'm trying to recollect. Any other jeans brand, you can compare them. All these three things are available in other brands as well, and that is the reason it is giving them a category membership. But what are the different points which is making them different? They are the pioneer in a blue jeans. So if you wanted to wear a blue jeans, Levi's jeans is the best. Quality and strength of the product, authenticity of the brand, and very strong brand awareness, top of the mind. If you ask someone, tell the name of some of the known jeans brands, so possibly Levi's will come at first, second, or third position. Why? Because strong brand awareness is there. So this is making actually Levi's different from all other jeans manufacturers or jeans brands which are available in the market. And this is known as some of the points of difference which are over there with the Levi's, which is actually helping them to survive in the market. So I hope you have got this concept right. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I just seen like we completely run out of time. So very quickly, let me check how many things we have to discuss more, and then we'll start. Only 2 slides are more. We'll quickly discuss this, and then we'll wrap up our discussion. The next thing which we are going to talk about is pricing, and why pricing is important. It is important for both marketers as well as customers, because as a marketer, my profit is actually going to come through pricing, and for as a customer, what I'm going to buy, how much I'm going to pay is actually depends upon a price. And that is the reason pricing is one of the major decisions and one of the important elements out of the 4 P's which we have discussed so far. So there are some pricing objectives which can be decided on the basis of profit orientation. How much target we wanted to achieve, how we are going to maximize our profit. So this can be known as profit oriented pricing. A pricing can be sales oriented. How much growth you are going to achieve in the market, how much dollar or per unit sales growth you are going to achieve. So this can be sales oriented. It can be status quo oriented. You cannot decrease the price below the standard. You cannot increase the price above the standard. You are following the market, you are meeting the competition, and it can be non-price competition as well. So status quo pricing means there is a certain price which you are fixing. You cannot go below, we cannot go up, and you are maintaining your status as a brand or as a company. You cannot go certain at a certain level above or below the certain level. So you are maintaining your status quo, and it is known as status quo oriented pricing. These are some of the 3 major types of objectives which can be kept in the mind when we are doing a pricing. Another important thing when we are taking a pricing decision is to consider some of the factors which are going to affect your pricing decisions. So again, this can be some internal factors, and others can be some external factors. So the inner circle which you are seeing over here, these are the internal factors which are going to affect your pricing decision. What kind of marketing mix you are using, how much stress you are giving on promotion, place, product, and price. Product differentiation which you are doing. Are you doing some customization? It is going to impact your price. How much cost you are incurring? What are your objectives? And some other organizational factors are going to impact your pricing decision. and these are very much internal to the organization. That is the reason these are known as internal factors. Others are external factors, which are depends upon how many buyers are in the market, how much price they are ready to pay, how much demand is there, who are the suppliers, at how much price they are going to supply, how much is the competition in the market, uh, what is the role of government, how the prices are being decided by them, and there are some economic conditions which are related to the particular geographical location in which you are doing a business. It may be a national geography, it can be a regional geography, it can be a local geography, right? All these conditions, economic conditions, are going to play its role. So majorly all these factors are considered as external factors, and majorly uncontrollable. You cannot impose control over government, you cannot impose control over competitors, you cannot impose control over the demand which you are going to generate out of the overall demand which is there in the market. So uncontrollable factors are the external factors. The internal factors are somehow controllable, and you can actually impose some control over it, right? So that is something. These are the factors which impacts your pricing decisions. I have not covered one important topic in pricing. I would definitely recommend you to go through details. Pricing methods. What are the different strategies a marketer can use for pricing their products and services? That is another important thing which we could discuss, but I am not covering it here. If you will be having any query, you can definitely ask me in tomorrow's session. These are some of the key takeaways which I usually put in the last of my slides. So thank you. These are the things which I intended to discuss today. Any query, any question you wanted to ask? Okay, any questions are there, please quickly let me know. And please don't leave the meeting. I'm just sending you one small quiz which you need to attempt right away. It will be based on our discussion which we have done so far, and you will quickly get the responses, means you will quickly get the score of your quiz. Yeah, Akhil.
Sir, I have one question from your previous session.
Yeah,
So,
please,
can
Akhil.
you please a little bit tell us about the product line analysis?
Product line analysis. Okay. So, Akhil, what we can definitely do. So, I'll cover that particular topic as a complete topic in my next set, because this is not something which we can just discuss in a 1 or 2 minute. Right.
Get it,
So
sir.
would it be fine? So tomorrow when we'll be starting our discussion, so I'll cover that topic as a complete discussion on this product line decisions.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Right. Just remind me once tomorrow. If I'll forget, please let me know.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. I'm just putting a link in a chat box so all of you can access it and you can quickly respond to it, and you will get your scores of your quiz. I hope all of you are able to access the link. Please let me know once. Okay, Ansh.
Sir, there is a question. Can I ask, please?
Yeah, please.
Sir, there is a question that how products become brands. How can analyze this?
Okay, how products become brands. Okay, very nice question, Robin. So when we talk about how products become brands, so it's a complete journey which they actually completes, right? So a product is just a core product which can satisfy someone's need, and that is the capability a product may be having. But when we talk about how product becomes a brand, so there are different set of activities, there are different we can say some efforts which actually marketers put to make that particular create the visibility of that. And definitely product and brand will remain different, but there is a certain identity which you are creating about it, which is becoming a brand for you. And actually product doesn't becomes a brand, but brand itself creates its own identity in the market, so that now people are recognizing your product with a brand. One such example is a surf. So people used to call detergents as a surf, because surf is something, a brand which has become bigger than a product, and people used to call detergents as a surf. So even now as well, people many times use the word surf in place of detergents. This is a brand, and over the period of time, with a very consistent efforts, they create the brands. I hope this is clarifying you what you asked.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Rohan. Okay, we'll wait for 5 more minutes, and then I will end the meeting. In the meantime, please quickly respond to the uh, Google form which I shared with you. I'm sharing the link once again. Those who have not accessed it, please access it now. Hope all of you have accessed the link. Just quickly respond in the chat. Okay, thank you, Vasu. Okay, 2 responses I have got so far. Okay, so let me just share the link one more time. So out of any reason, if anybody couldn't access it, so please access it. And I'm ending the meeting. Tomorrow we are meeting at the same time. Please be on time at 1:15 p.m. Tomorrow we are meeting, and we'll be discussing the remaining concepts which are over there. And also, I'm just reminding you once again, please go through that caselet which I have shared with you. I hope all of you have taken the screenshot of that, and we'll be discussing this tomorrow first, and then we will be moving ahead with our next set of discussion. Okay, thank you all for joining, and thank you for your interaction. Bye.
Thank you, sir.